A nation forged beyond the parchment. The Founding Fathers. Names etched in history books. Washington, Jefferson, Franklin. Bold signatures on the Declaration of Independence. These men, architects of a new nation, are often placed on a pedestal. We revere their intellect, their courage in challenging an empire. Yet to fully grasp America's creation, we must widen the lens. A nation is more than ink on parchment. It's built with calloused hands, whispered dreams, and the sweat of countless individuals. This land, rich and vast, was already home to diverse indigenous peoples. Their contributions, often overlooked, are integral to the story. From agricultural practices to trade routes, their legacy is woven into the fabric of the nation. To truly understand America's genesis, we must acknowledge the multitude of hands that built it. It's a story of ambition and idealism, yes, but also of exploitation, resilience, and the constant pursuit of a more perfect union. The unsung architects, labor, innovation, and sacrifice. Central to the narrative of America's rise is the labor of enslaved Africans. Millions stolen from their homelands, toiled under the brutal system of slavery. Their forced labor fueled the agricultural South, enriched plantation owners, and quite literally built many of the nation's early structures. Beyond the fields, enslaved people contributed their skills and ingenuity. Blacksmiths, carpenters, artisans, their forced labor masked a depth of talent that helped shape the young nation. This contribution, made under duress, cannot be overstated. It's a tragic irony that a nation founded on principles of liberty and equality was built upon the backs of the enslaved. Their struggle for freedom would become a defining theme in American history, a constant reminder of the gap between ideals and reality. To tell the story of America's founding without acknowledging the immense contributions and sacrifices of enslaved people is to tell an incomplete story. Their resilience, their fight for dignity, is as much a part of the American story as any founding document. Beyond the fields, women shaping a nation. While the Founding Fathers debated in legislative halls, women were shaping the nation in homes, farms, and communities. Their contributions, often relegated to the domestic sphere, were vital to the survival and growth of the young republic. Women managed households, raised children, and often worked alongside men in fields and businesses. They were the backbone of early communities, providing sustenance, education, and moral guidance. Their resilience and resourcefulness were essential to the nation's survival. Beyond the domestic sphere, women like Abigail Adams and Mercy Otis Warren engaged in political discourse, advocating for women's rights and influencing the course of events. Their voices, though often silenced, remind us that the fight for equality and representation is not a new struggle. To remember the contributions of women is to acknowledge the often invisible labor that sustains societies. Their stories remind us that the building of a nation goes beyond battlefields and political debates. It happens in homes, communities, and through the everyday acts of courage and resilience. A tapestry of contributions, regions, and individuals. From the bustling ports of New England to the fertile fields of the South, each region contributed uniquely to the nascent nation. New England, with its strong maritime tradition, fostered trade and commerce. The mid-Atlantic colonies, known for their religious tolerance, attracted diverse communities of skilled artisans and farmers. The South, with its vast plantations, relied heavily on enslaved labor for its agricultural economy. This diversity of resources and populations created a complex web of interdependence, laying the groundwork for a nation of diverse strengths and challenges. Beyond the well-known figures, countless individuals played vital roles. People like Sybil Ludington, who at 16 rode through the night to warn colonists of a British attack, rivaling Paul Revere's heroism, or James Armistead Lafayette, an enslaved man who served as a double agent during the Revolutionary War, providing crucial intelligence to the American forces. These stories, often untold, highlight the richness and complexity of America's founding. It's a tapestry woven from the contributions of people from all walks of life, representing a multitude of backgrounds, ethnicities, and social standings. To truly understand America, one must look beyond the well-trodden paths of history and discover the stories of those who labored, fought, and dreamed of a new nation.